welcome back. I hear you really want to know what's inside of these cupboards and these. Today is your lucky day, cause we're doing a studio tour. Let's see what we can make of that. I'm going to show you everything that's inside of these cupboards and outside of the cupboards and on that side of the camera and behind the wall, and I'm going to show you everything. But I thought it would be fun to start with a little renovation we did. Even though I just moved into this studio, the ceiling turned out to be very badly insulated. As you can see, it can get quite cold here in the Netherlands. Guys, I just got into the studio and I didn't have the heating on at night because it's just too expensive. It's -1. It's very cold. At least one of us likes the snow. So we started to take down everything. All the cupboards were emptied. Everything had to move out. And we were in this, renovation place again. We started to fill up those beams with this thick layer of insulation. Hoping that would cure the cold. Then we filled up the edge with this sort of foamy stuff that's also good for insulation, which got all over the walls. So we had to take that off, and I ended up repainting it as well because it was still a little bit stained. We took off all the little edges that were poking out so we could tape everything off nice and neatly. Play with Zoe in the snow a little bit more. I mean, can't have too much footage of this, right? This is so fun. She loves the snow. Back to the studio. We had to get some wood panels. I filled up my studio with panels everywhere so I can paint them first. And I didn't have to do it like when they were up on the ceiling. I thought this might be easier. So we started with the base coat as a first layer, another base coat, and the lacquer, I think it's called, the top coat. Added everything to the ceiling, and now I have this beautiful white ceiling that is very well insulated. So I'm very happy, and it works. It's actually a lot warmer now, so yay! I had to shorten the shelving unit because that didn't fit anymore. I got this machine to cut through metal. I've never used this. It was scary, but fun. And also those ginormous curtains that I made, I had to cut them down to size, and I made smaller curtains out of them. There's still more to come though, I haven't finished yet, but at least the biggest windows are covered for now. And now the studio tour. Let's start with the top cabinets. This is the one furthest to the left, and it's right next to my desk area. So this is more of a desk cupboard. Like there's some admin stuff. Let's go at the top. This is my laminating machine. And these are some laminating sheets. So far, quite logical, all of it. This is like paperwork. Then I've got some paper note just in case you need some. Here is some like normal printer paper and some paper with squares. Do you know those? That kind? It's really nice if you want to do some drawings with like straight lines. So that's like, every box is like 1/2 centimeter, I think, something like that. So that's there. So this is all fresh new paper. There's a jar of coins. This is my scrap paper. So it's all like A4 size, but it's all been used for other things already. And then underneath I've got some sticker paper, different kinds, like very simple. Oh, what's this? I don't know. There's like a whole box of them. Oh, they're tiny. I don't know, they're like in between my fingers. I do not remember why I have those. There's another one. I think they're a little bit bigger. Yeah, This is like, this is one sticker. It's all A4 size, so I can put it in my printer. Still see me? I'm just ahead. I've got some like wires, some electronica, like things like that. Let's lower you just a tad so I don't have to stand on my tippy toes. Yeah, so this is where I store all the stuff that's from the past, because I don't want to get rid of anything. And this is like a backup, and I've got a couple of these. How do you call them? External hard drives, I think. There we go. And the next box, all right, random. There's like labels, so I can put a label in there and put it on these white boxes, which I have not done. I have done later on, I think. There's a couple there with these labels, but these need to be used a little bit more. Then one roll of sellotape, a bag of paper clips, staples, some business cards, which I will not show you because, you know, privacy. My sellotape dispenser, roller thing, and some more office supplies. This is one of those hole puncher thingies. Makes great confetti as well. This actually, together with this, goes with the infrared heater that is now not on the wall anymore, since I've been rebuilding the whole studio again. I might put it up still, I might not, I'm not sure yet. So this is the remote. This stuff is handy. This is Velcro, but it's Velcro on both sides. So this is the fluff and this is the pins. So like I use it for wires and stuff. So you just cut off a little piece. This is like one long piece. You cut off what you need and then wrap it around. It's so handy. It's so handy. And some earplugs. Don't know why, but they're there. That's the first cupboard done already. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Ta-ta-ta-ta. Now this, I don't actually know where this went. There should be a big dress here that I need to finish sewing the zipper in. Actually, this whole cupboard is work in progress, or also known as things I've started and not finished yet. I think some of this might be decluttered in the big declutter. So there's this dress here. I don't know where it is. It might be in the hanging area. I will have to look for that. I don't know, but that should live here. Then there's, all right, this is a costume. So for my job, I am a self-employed like artist, in the sense of artist in entertainment world. And I do make costumes for that. So this is part of a costume that I still need to finish. It's for Christmas. So that's a work in progress. These are all parts of t-shirts and leggings. I'll grab one. Let's see what this is. I think this might be a legging. Yeah. Oh, it's already, hold on. It's already put together. So I made this. It just needs some elastic at the top. This one. All right, there you go. This is a sleeve. See? So it's all like little bits and bobs like that I still need to put together. Work in progress. How long has it been work in progress? I don't like answering that. Okay, now this is, all right, a corset. This one I actually started filming. I don't think I've ever put that on. I thought it might be fun to make a short out of. This is a corset I made. Hold on. I'll show you the old version and the new version. So this was the old version, the first version I made. Can't really show. And then with like simple hoops at the back. And then I made a new version, and that is this. can't really show. With way better back. Mainly the back's a lot better and the shape overall, I think. But I need 2 of them. So this whole box is here with all the supplies that I need, and even the corset bits already cut and everything. And I'm just not finishing it. So work in progress. So everything is in this box, everything that I need for this. So let's hope I can finish that someday. This one is another costume, which I thought to make with music notes. So I've got loads of felt music notes, bits and bobs, like a whole pile of them. And what else is here? I don't know what this fabric is. There's a little hat I made for anyone in the Netherlands, Piet. So for Sinterklaas, it's a whole costume thing, once a year. It's like Christmas, but a little earlier. And I really want to make like a dress or a costume to go with this hat. Have not done that yet. And these are, I think, trousers for on stilts. Because yes, I do stilt walking. Oh gosh, I already regret doing this. It's not together at all. Oh no, there's a pin there. Can you see the pin? Oh no, what have I done? Put it back, put it back. So this is a different one, but the same fabric. Is that one sewn together? Yeah, that was the one. Okay, so these are very high-waisted, long-legged trousers. But I need to finish up the top bit to make it nice, and the bottom bit, because, you know, that's rubbish. Work in progress. So this whole cupboard is like a giant to-do list. I like to keep it closed. This one, let's see. These are shorts, I think, or a dress. I'm not sure. These are either shorts or a dress, but I don't really want to unwrap it. But this is just for me, for private, for personal use. I thought it would be fun. Ooh, and then this I found, and I thought, how cool would it be to make another one? Might already be too small now. To make 2 of these. They're like bathrobes for the boys. Oh, right. I think I can chuck this. This can be decluttered, I think. I was planning on, because we're using, also for the kids, we're using, instead of baby wipes, we're using cloths that you can wash. And I thought I'd make some more just by cutting up a towel and make some more. I have never done that. They're 2 years old now. So will I ever? What do we have here? All right, there's the sign of what's in the cupboard. It's a work in progress. There you go. So everyone knows. These are Zoe's toys. There's like a hole there. I need to sew that up and then she can just play with it again. And what else? What else? What's that? Oh, that came from a toy. So I thought I can add it to another toy. What is this? Is this another pink trousers? What? No way. I remember. Okay, these are pink trousers, but there's a logo on here, so I won't show you. I made these trousers for a company to use. And I want to take that off because I'm not going to use it like that. So I might as well save me the effort of making new trousers, because these are finished at the top. I'll put these in, hold on. These are finished because look, anyone can wear these, because you can just take these long strings and then wrap them around your waist and then make a nice bow or something, and then you just fit the trousers. It's very handy and an easy way to make something to size. there we go. Well, that's like 3 years worth of to-dos and work in progress right in this cupboard. Hooray, let's close it up. Next cupboard. Okay, that's a fun one as well. Hold on, let's move. This cupboard contains ideas and prep work and stuff like that. So this, do you remember the blind DIY that I did? It was King's Day themed, I think. I already have one prepped for Christmas, and I've had it prepped for about a year or so. So I'll give you a peek. Because I don't know what I'll be making, but I do know the supplies I need. So there's like ribbons in here, some of these, I don't know how you call them, smelly things. Nice. Pine cones, more ribbons. So this is just a box of prep. So I don't know what I'll be making with this, but there's gonna be like 2 or 3 crafts, or maybe even more, I don't know, that I'll be making with these things. So I might get to that this Christmas. Let's hope I get to that. This one I wanted to use, actually I just released that video where I did coloring with my kids with these pencils, and I thought it would be nice to like unbox them, but I was in Spain, so I didn't have this with me. So maybe I can just chuck this actually. Let's see at the big declutter what happens. I don't know. This one you might recognize. I want to do a video with this one and try and use everything that's in here, but I think it's so scary. I just want it to be so nice then. So I've already started. I think there should be, oh, there's some gold foil as well. There's plans. I don't know where the figurine is actually. There should be a figurine in here. But I want to use all of this. But I'm like late to the party, I guess. It's almost a vintage box now. Oh well. And this is quite interesting because this might be kind of secret as well, because this is a box of ideas. It's actually written on there in Dutch. Box full of ideas, it says. So if I get a random idea for a costume or something to do or whatever, I start writing it out or sketching it out, or if it's not the time to start working on it, I'll put it in here. I have an, oh, there we go. This is the idea. I want to make my kids' sandbox corner, which will be a video. So you have a little sneak peek. I want to make it like nice and special. So that's an idea. There's like loads of like costume ideas. Like it's like written on an envelope, right? So it's just at a random moment you get an idea, and I just put it in here. But I won't share everything with you because they're my ideas, right? Then at the bottom shelf, there is a bunch of like loose things. I don't know the idea with this, but it's just something I cannot throw away apparently. I want to make dog toys. And this was actually meant to be a dog toy as well, but now it's sort of competing for the idea of redoing it for my kids. But I need to hurry because there are already 2. These are the shoes that I wanted to decorate, design for the Pantone collaboration. So I might do that at a different time, in a different video. This is the second bag I made for Paula for the first Christmas Secret Santa we did. So this was my backup bag. It's just slightly worse than the one I gifted her. It's just slightly more mistakes. But I still want to do something with this because this is like a sturdy bag, right? I don't know. There's like a mini embroidery set. I don't know. There is some phone cases to maybe draw on or paint on. This box seemed nice to decorate, and there's some, oh right, the balls, they go with this one, because I thought if I put the balls in there and then have like a treat underneath or something, I don't know. I wonder if anyone remembers these. Let me know if you remember what I use this for, because that would be so funny. If you know what video this is from, hold on. Let me know in the comments. Okay, I'll put everything back. I actually forgot to show you that little wooden box in the corner, so let me do that right now. This was a backup plan for the Secret Santa for Creative Bala. Inside is another box, and inside of that is another box. What's inside? Nothing. There you go, now you know. 3 little wooden boxes to maybe paint on someday. And that's that for cupboard 3 already. Let's move on to the next one. This is a good one. This is all video prep, video ideas, video specific ideas. So I'm going to show you a little bit, okay? These are soap leftover bits. I'm thinking of making another soap and using loads of the scraps. And then making, for example, make like a black soap and have loads of scraps in there. So it looks like sort of confetti or something. That might be nice. I want to do something with embossing. I don't know. I have this thing here that I haven't really used yet. And a bunch of like things that you use with it. It's a machine that cuts paper in specific shapes. So I want to try that. This is an Easter video. I will be making soon, I hope. There's some decor. This little guy, I think it's a piggy bank. That's pretty cool. Some wooden Easter stuff and some Easter eggs to decorate, and just a piece of wood that's shaped like an egg. So this might be a fun like Easter video to decorate some of this stuff. All right, this one I've been planning for so long. I want to do Tin Can Alley, I think it's called. So where you stack up a bunch of cans and then throw a ball at it. But I want to decorate the cans in a fun way. So I've got a whole bunch of cans ready. Guess how long I've had these? I don't know what you're gonna say, but double that at least. Christmas balls. Baubles, I think they're called. Baubles or something? I just found these on sale, so then that's the moment when I think, yes, let's paint those in a video at some point. It's a flower leaf, like dried up. I think that can go. This is another dog puzzle plan. Those little things. And I want to stick them on these eggs. Make like, I don't know, like dragon eggs out of them or something. I don't know. Oh, I still have plans to do another nanotape video. But that trend's long gone. So I don't know if I want to do that, but there's like 2 big rolls. My goal was to make the biggest one ever made with the nanotape bubble thing. So let me know if you want to see that. It's my best watched video actually, the nanotape one. So I clearly hit a trend with that one. Ooh, I did this with during the build of the studio. I had these cubes and I made a couple extra because I want to make some dice out of them. I thought that might be cool. Iris folding, I want to try this. I've done it once and it's so cool. This one I made, like crafting together with some friends. I really want to do more of that because this is so cool. So that's a different video. On to the next cupboard. Last one in the top row. So this last cupboard is mainly things I've done, I guess. I don't know, it's a little bit random. It's not completely full yet. To start with, remember that? I think they're oven clay. Like I need to put them in the oven. This one's actually quite cute. But they're getting a little bit dusty. So I don't know if I can put them in the oven now. What else? What else? Okay, I see Halloween here. With the I kept Zoe's smallest wings. I didn't keep the big ones. This piece with the glow-in-the-dark ghost on it. And then there's this little guy and this little guy. They all have a little bit of glow-in-the-dark on them. And this one has a lot of it, as you can imagine. And I have this as decor. I didn't really do anything with that yet, but it has a light. That's pretty cool, right? It's not focusing. Come on. You can do it. Yeah. No. Come on. Yeah. There we go. It's pretty cool. Wasn't this the 5-minute craft thing where I did everything in 5 minutes for Mother's Day? This one's pretty cool. I like this. Oh, and I made this like ages ago as a little gift thing. Not used it yet. King's Day. This was the blind DIY. This was part of it. Oh, and this one as well, I think. The hair clip. That was the Mother's Day one as well. 5-minute crafts. Oh, this is Halloween as well. But I don't really know if I want to keep this. It's sort of an extra. Maybe I should paint something else on this or just get rid of it altogether. I'm not sure. Let's find out in the declutter. I'm a little bit ashamed about this one. I really want to finish this, but it's so much work, you guys. I've decided last year I did my first 30-day challenge with watercolor. And wait, yeah, it's in here. And I thought, let's do 30 days of cross stitching next. I'll show you, don't worry. I severely underestimated how long that would take. Because this is the project that I chose to try and finish in 30 days, which quickly became apparent that that is not possible. It's Little Fox. And I'm only this far. I've had this for a 2 years? A year? No, a year, I think. About a year, I think. I need to get going on this again. It's been in the cupboard for quite a while now. I haven't worked on it for quite a while. And I thought it would be so nice to put in the kids' room, like frame it and put it in the kids' room. So I really want to just finish it. Apparently that's a lot of work. So I'm not decluttering this, but maybe I just need a declutter list, but also a to-do list that actually needs to be done list. Yeah. This is a bit random. There is loads of stuff in here. There is this guy, which I thought would be nice in the background of my videos, but I put it down and it was just too random, so I didn't put it in the background. These are gifts from Emma from our last Christmas. I've got one in the background of my videos, I'll show you later, but the other things are all right here. I've got some soaps that I made a while back. This is the only thing I kept from my Christmas bauble jumper I made when I was pregnant. It was a short. This is for the cupboards. It's a handle for the cupboards, which I haven't used. Oh, this one as well. It was for the Halloween video. And at the bottom here, there is some stickers. Emma's stickers that she sent me for the Christmas Secret Santa. Priscilla sent me some stickers with the Created Book collaboration. How cool is that? It's just nuts. Birthday card that I got. The notebook I made. What's in here? All right. I received template for the macrame video. Stuff like that. A little bit random. This is my layer chart for this year's Secret Santa for Cassie. How many layers I did. Oh, I made this in the Discord from Chantel Art. She has like a monthly art prompt. And this was like stars and bugs and flowers or something like that. Like everything was in there, so I did it like this. And this folder is actually something new I'm trying. Hold on. It's just things that I've made and put together in like one big folder so it doesn't get all wrinkly and lost. So there's loads of videos in here and a couple of not videos. I'll add some of the other things to that probably at some point, at some time. Okay, so that's like the whole top row of cabinets. This was like an hour already, I don't know. Let's move down a little bit. So now I'll take you through these. This is a water absorption thingy, so it takes the water out of the air. That's interesting. These are the color cubes from Sarah Renee Clark. She sent me, very kind. My Ohuhu alcohol markers are in here. This is actually from Emma, from this year's Secret Santa, Emma Naisby's. She made me loads of lovely things. And this is Zoe with her bat wings on. Then this is the whole booklet with the 30-day watercolor challenge in there. So everything's in there. And I just pick a different one now and then to go back in the background. This painting was made by Ashley Monet for last year's Secret Santa. So that very proudly sits right there. And my very first soap I made. This one I did like way back. It's just like a galaxy can idea. And do you remember this coin? It was for the Sarah Renee Clark randomized using the color cube wrong idea. For the coin flip. Right here is my subscribe logo and my leftovers for the Create This Book collaboration. And then we move all the way to the other side. And on this side, we have our little cake we made. This is actually the not cake. The cake is gone. This is something I'm doing right now, so don't look at that yet. That's a video, coming video. My sewing machine in the background. My Create This Book. I have a whole series of Create This Book. And how much art can I make? How cool is that? That was a fun challenge. I think I might have to do one more of those. And maybe even more than that, because that was fun. This was like one of my earlier videos as well. I really like this and I really want to give this a go at like a bigger scale, because I think that would be so pretty, and maybe with like thinner wires as well. So you can really have like a transition between colors, but let's see. It was my worst performing video, so that's why I didn't do it again, but if you want to see something like that, let me know, because I might do it again. Sewing machine, did I say that? Did I mention that? Probably. Let's try and get the glare out of this picture. This is the picture I made with watercolor and colored pencils. And then we move to the lower cabinets. This is the most random cupboard you will ever see. This is all the things that don't really go anywhere. I wanted to limit myself as into how much random stuff you can keep for crafts. So this cupboard is my limit. So I have this big ball of twine that I thought would be littler when I bought it, but it turned out to be ginormous. This is like very old, like foam things. Now and then I grab these to put like on a card or something. Fabric flowers. Some air dry clay. Is it air dry? I don't actually know. So this is all wood stuff, like wood beads, these things, whatever you call them. Little stars, trees, some leaves, all made out of wood. So that's a little bit of a logic. These are some old cards that I thought might be nice to use in new craft projects. Double-sided tape, no, Yeah, but it's very thin, this one, and this is thicker for like 3D cards and stuff. Paper mask, handmade with love. Stickers, some feathers in a bunch of colors, which I used for a project a while back, but this is like the leftover. This is something I still want to do in a video at some point. Like rolling up paper and make it into art. Flag pieces I used in one of the videos. Don't focus on my face. There we go. This was from the very first video. I still have that. Look, some gold little, I think it's styrofoam-ish with glitter on them. Just tiny little balls. Where am I gonna use them? I don't know. Some more feathers that escaped. I had a plan with this for a costume, actually. They're like little angels. I thought that would be so cool to hand out to people during a performance. Another feather. Tea bags, little hangers with made with love on them. Glass painting set. Foil art. I've used once or twice, don't really know how to use it. Little labels that I thought were bigger, but I'm saving them anyway. Little nails. I think I used that for the string art. Oh yeah, these are magnets. They're like tiny little magnets and like little flat magnets. I thought it would be cool to like slice a bit of wood or something and then make like a fridge magnet out of it. A bunch of bells I have for a costume idea, which I never made. Some rocks to maybe paint on. Another feather. I made a music box for a friend once. So I'm guessing this is like the wires and the music players to go in the music box. So you can put some music on there and then once it opens the box, it will start playing. And let's put all of this back in, if I can. This is very fun paper. If you look through it, it should make like a light source go like with all these spikes. So that might be fun to do some, it's 3D foil. I don't know. It might be fun to do some crafting with. I bought it and haven't used it. And then I have this kind of paper, which is this very thin, wrinkly paper. Here is a pile of buttons, strings, googly eyes. All right, I bought some clock mechanisms to maybe make a clock or more than one. Yeah, they're all like crooked now, but should I make a clock or 4? Actually, what if I make a clock out of that Easter egg? You know, I just showed you that wooden Easter egg thing. I can make a clock out of that. Loads of little balls. Papers. This is from Sarah's coloring book, and this is my idea page for the dancing music notes. Don't they look fun? I still like them. I still like them. And some more coloring pages that I printed. And then there's a bunch of like fake leaves and flowers and greenery. Because, you know, who doesn't have a box of fake greenery in their cupboards? Wallpaper from the last studio. This was the leftover. So it's quite small this way, but it's quite long. So I thought that might be fun to use at some point for like a weird shaped drawing or something, or maybe some texture. So I didn't want to chuck that out. Pom-poms, knitting needles, crochet needles. Flowers I already crocheted. These things, I don't even know what to call this. There's a little flower. No, a heart. And some more crochet needles. Crochet hooks. And then there's all that string, yarn, wool, whatever you want to call it. So that is the most random cupboard, I think. Let's see. Okay, from top. These are all papers, I think. Just colorful papers. These are already like folded like cards. There's like a whole rainbow of paper there. Then this little pile, blue paper. These are actually very nice. This is like a nice sheen to it, you see? And sort of a linen texture, so that's pretty nice. Another booklet with some fun colored papers in there. Felt, I think, but very thin. Paper where you can print something on it and then iron it onto fabric. There's this ginormous pile of paper. I've got some cards. Oh, these are the watercolor cards I painted with my kids. And then I have this ginormous, it's actually called Jumbo, so that's funny. Jumbo watercolor paper from Winston & Newton. It's 300 grams and it's just nice and thick, and there's 50 sheets in this. Not anymore, but there used to be 50 sheets. So I thought I'd buy the big one and I'll be set for a bit. And I bought this Nina paper because I think it was Sarah Renee Clark who recommended this in one of her videos for colored pencils. So I bought this ginormous pack from America, I think. And then the bottom. Okay, so I just finished recording this whole bottom shelf, like one by one. That took about 1 million years. So I'm just gonna grab you and have you have a look. This is the bottom shelf. Papers, canvas, board, and I know there's another canvas. A lot of it is like just notebooks that are empty to be used. There is some being used. Stickers, more stickers. These are all empty. There's a notebook with or sketchbook with like black pages. There is some dried up flowers in this one. Let me see if I can find some. There we go. Look. Will I ever use them? I'm not sure. Prompt books. I haven't used this one actually. I should really go and do this one. I did do some of this. I think it was like on the first page. Yeah, look. I should finish that. That looks lovely, right? Some more coloring books. So yeah, there we go. The bottom shelf with all the books. And then we're right in the middle, right behind me when I'm filming. On the top, this one is for drawing. And soft pastels, a Prismacolor pencil set, erasers, jelly roll. These are some other coloring pencils that I still have from like years ago, but they work quite well, so they can stay. This one has all the acrylic paint pens, Touliard paint pens, Arctics set, and another Arctics metallic set, and a couple of extra nibs for the Touliard pens. And then we have the acrylic paints. You can just see nothing. I've put it on the desk because, as you can see, it's a little bit messy. So we have the new paintbrushes that I bought for Secret Santa this year, and there's like a whole bunch of other old paintbrushes, very well organized, all put together, all very clean as well. These are all very cheap paints. Acrylic paints, crackle medium, acrylic varnish, a masking fluid, pouring medium. This is the gold I used for the first Secret Santa for Paula, Creative Paula, for her butterfly bag. More paints, gesso. This I bought new as well, again for the Secret Santa this year. I just wanted to finish it off because I used the nice paints. I'll show you in a bit, the Amsterdam paint. So I used the Amsterdam acrylic varnish to cover it up, to protect it a little bit. Glow in the dark paint, glow in the dark, a powder. And this is a card that I used for painting things, and some sponges. So that's this box, and next to it there is the watercolor, a big glass bottle, and another one with a black thingy in it, which I don't know, it's stuck to it. I don't know what that is. Washi tape, and my new set of Van Gogh colors, and the sketchbook. I can show you a little bit, and just in case you haven't seen the video, I did some outdoor painting in Spain. So which one should I show? I'll show this one. This is the frustrated one. Ta-ta-ta-ta! I did bins. Watch the video to find out why I did bins and sneak peek. There you go. I have loads of these lids that I used for paints. There's a little bit of gouache there, but there's also some watercolor, and that's what I use the lids for, to put that on. Some cards to paint on. They're cheap paints, and this is the box. And I've got some of these. They're a bit more metallic, also very cheap, so don't expect anything from them. But I've used them for little bits and bobs. Some more watercolor pencils, which they are not watercolor pencils, but I use them as such in lack of having actual watercolor brushes. This one is all glue and stuff like that. Next one is stamps. Everything stamp related. This is all like scissors cutting things, and then behind there's a bin of tape, and the last bin is a slightly random, I don't know where to put these things, bin. Paper cutter, soldering, something like that, I think. This is actually a wood burner, but you can also do some soldering with that. I hardly ever do so, but you can, sort of. A lighter, screw, some dotting tools, measuring device, cordless combi tool. Well, it's a thing that rotates, and then you can have like different bits. It will go with the cans I had, because they always have like a sharp edge. So I thought this might help getting rid of that sharp edge. And this is a scoring board, I think it's called. Okay. So the next cupboard is a little bit full. Don't get scared, but it's a little bit full. This is all soap related things, and I'm not going to take it out because I'm afraid I will not get it back in there. I'm afraid it won't fit. So yeah, you can see why I don't really want to take this out. It's so full. So let's close this, and that's it. Next cupboard is the last one in the row, and that will be the sewing cupboard. It's sort of underneath the sewing machine, so it makes sense. These are all my sewing scissors and cutting objects. This is the cover for my sewing machine, so I don't really need that. Clips and buttons and stuff. Here's some stuff for curtains. A box with elastics in there. This is my very handy box of safety pins. These 3 boxes, they're all safety pins in 3 different sizes. There you go. These are the smallest ones. Bigger. There you go. Very handy to have. On the shelf underneath, I have a bunch of thread for the serger. Then I have a box of ribbons and stuffs like that. And behind that, there is another box of zippers. The lower shelf, that's the serger, which I have a love-hate relationship with, because it's just so hard to get the thread in the right place and get it working. But if it works, it's amazing. Then there is loads of, how do you call these? Patterns, I think. Some books about sewing magazines that might have some like patterns in them. These are some patterns that I've already cut and wanted to save. And these came from a hoop skirt by Laing. I don't remember the words. It's already late at night, so I'm sorry. And that is the final cupboard done. So that is the whole filming set and all the cupboards that are in there. But there is another side to this story. And this is the actual set with the lights on and everything. I have my monitor right there. So the thing is, I also have a bunch of cupboards down here. And this is where I'm gonna interrupt. I'm so sorry it doesn't fit in one video. It's gonna be tremendously long if I do. So I'm gonna make this studio tour 2 parts, but I will try and post in 1 week's time instead of 2 weeks' time. So it's just gonna be an extra video. You don't have to wait for anything else. I hope you don't mind. I really want to show you everything. I will put it up here as soon as it's up. So if you're a little bit late, maybe it's already there. Go watch it right now. You don't even have to wait. But if it's not there yet, then this video might be fun to watch in the meantime. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!